Hi, hello guys. So welcome to our lecture video on historical methodology in the topic definition of historical methodology. Okay, so our objectives for this lecture is to understand the meaning of historical methodology. So ano ba ang ibig nating sabihin when we say historical methodology? And second is to understand why history as an academic discipline falls under both the social sciences and the humanities. Okay, because as what we will be shown later, so history is not exclusive to the social sciences and it's not also exclusive to the humanities, but it it technically belongs to both. Okay? So yun yung titingnan natin for the second objective. So, bakit pwede siyang pumasok sa social sciences and bakit pwede siyang pumasok sa and bakit siya pumapasok sa humanities. Okay. So, before we go to the meaning, so bago natin ibigay kung anong ibig natin sabihin sa historical methodology, let's go first to the second. Tingnan muna natin history as part of the social sciences and history as part of the humanities. Okay, so history as social science. So by the way, for this lecture, so our main reading for this is the essay of Teodoro Agoncillo entitled History as Humanities. Okay, so most of the statements that will be shown here are from that said essay. Okay. All right. So, why do we consider history as part of the social sciences? Okay. So, a historian's methodology is scientific and it does not allow the literary artist's imagination to interfere with the scientific method of investigating the data used in historical writing. Okay. So, basically, uh, scientific ang ginagawang study ng mga historians. Okay? Scientific in the sense na we base our data, our information, our analysis on facts, on truths. Okay? Although the specific methodology is different from for example sa BS Bio, okay, sa physics, ganyan, sa chemistry, okay? Nevertheless, we use factual data, okay, in historical writing. And yung ginagawa natin sa data, yung pag-investigate, yung pag-analyze natin sa data, okay, follows a particular scientific method, okay? So it follows principles of logic. Okay, so hindi lang tayo gumagawa ng kung ano-anong interpretations or uh, hindi lang tayo nagbabase sa imagination natin when we try to conduct historical studies, especially when we write our findings. Okay? So siguro pagka gumagawa kayo ng paper ninyo, so baka napapansin niyo to or na-encounter niyo to na sometimes uh, may ini-include kayo na mga details or information sa paper ninyo na base lang sa imagination natin. Okay? So we do not do that. Okay? We make sure na everything na nilalagay natin on the paper, on a research paper, are based from facts. Okay? That is why history falls under the discipline of social science. Okay? I'm sure na laging pinapaalala sa inyo ang importance ng sources when you write your papers. Okay? So, ganun siya. Okay? Because we do not write history based on purely imagination. Okay? So, hindi. Alright? Pero bakit naman kasama ang history sa humanities? Because the data is given. Sorry for the typographical error. Okay? The data is given life. Meaning, and significance. Ano ibig natin sabihin dito? Okay? Kumbaga, we do not write Well, we do not write or we do not present the data as is. Okay? Kumbaga, sinasali natin ang data into a meaningful, into a significant narrative. Okay? That's why when you read works of historians, yung mga magagaling na historians, okay, kung babasahin niyo yung mga work nila, 'di ba? Para silang nagkukuwento basically. Parang the event that they are writing about is brought back to life. Okay, binibigyan ng buhay. Kumbaga, yun nga, kumbaga parang kang nagbabasa ng novel. But again, it is always based on facts. Okay? Alright. So, paano yun? Sinabi natin kanina, di ba? We do not use our imagination. Okay? Kumbaga, we use data from facts. Okay? So, sinasabi dito na the data is given life. Okay? We do not use our imagination in coming up with the facts. Okay? The facts, kailangan meron silang basis. Okay? But we can use our imagination in how we present the facts. Okay? But of course, kailangan factual pa rin. Again, it all boils down to lahat ng pinipresent natin should be factual. It's just na pag pinipresent natin sila, the data should be given life. Okay? Kumbaga, nire-recreate natin yung event. Okay? Kailangan kasi when readers read the works of historians, kailangan the event should be easily visualized, okay, by the readers. Kailangan nakikita nila sa isip nila kung paano nangyayari yung events as you present them. Okay, doon sa mga sinulat ninyo. Okay? Kaya siya under ng humanities because although nagbabase tayo sa facts, which makes it scientific, okay, the facts are presented in a way na binibigyan natin ng buhay ang event. Binibigyan natin ng mental picture, okay, ang mga readers natin. Okay, doon sa mga facts na pinipresent natin. Alright? That is why, pagsamahin natin, the historian uses his imagination to recapture. Ayan. To recapture the past as closely as his data permit him. So again, kahit sinusubukan nating i-present yung facts, i-present yung past in a creative manner, in a narrative manner, kailangan hindi tayo lumalayo sa data, hindi tayo lumalayo sa sources natin. Okay? So yan. But in thus using his imagination, he differs from the literary artist in that he, meaning the historian, should not allow his imagination to roam wildly. So hindi pwedeng kung saan-saan pumupunta yung imagination natin. Okay? So kailangan yan, parang disciplined imagination. Kasi again, we are limited by our data. Okay? Hindi tayo pwede mag-imagine ng events, hindi tayo pwede mag-imagine ng additional facts na wala namang basehan. Okay? Just so that our work, our writing, our research, or our paper masatisfy yung mga readers. So hindi. So kailangan it's a type of imagination na naka-limit. Okay? Meron kasing the imagination kasi should be based on the facts that we find or that we have found using our sources. Okay? So yan. So to put a rein to its flight by sticking closely to his facts. Ayan. Okay? So basically, when we write, so para lang talaga tayo magkukwento. But again, the kwento, the narrative should be based on the facts. Okay? Kasi the way of how we can give life sa past event is, yun nga, by presenting it narratively. Okay? Sa pagkukuwento mo. Ah, ah, the most evident examples of these are films. Okay? So yun, basically, parang actually hindi lang kinukuwento, 'di ba? As in, ini-spoon feed ka na, pinapakita na sa'yo yung event, eh, 'di ba? Yun lang, of course, there are certain details na minsan, ano na yun, minsan, directors or artists' interpretation na yun. For example, certain dialogue or certain lines, yung mga minor details sa ilang mga events, okay? Kaya kung napapansin niyo, based on true events, okay? Based on real stories, okay? That's why that's why hindi natin pwedeng i-take masyadong literally ang mga historical films, because there are still some additions, sorry, that are coming from the imagination of the director or of the artists. Okay? So yun. So tayo as historians, as students or practitioners of history, okay? So hindi pwedeng masyadong lumawak ang imagination natin. Kailangan the imagination stick closely should stuck should stick closely and to our facts based from our sources. Okay? In addition, okay, at any rate, imagination, again, limited. Imagination is limited. Limited though it is by the materials already established as authentic and credible, is an important element of historical writing. Without it, historical piece becomes dull compilation of data devoid of life. Okay? And since history deals with life as it was lived, that piece of unimaginative, uninspired writing is not history, but at best a calendar. Para lang siyang calendar, di ba? May mga dates, tapos nakalista yung mga nangyaring events. Okay, ganun lang yung ginawa mo. Okay, it's not history kasi when we say history, kailangan it is recreated, it is brought back to life. Okay, in the minds of our readers. Okay, so uh, we are given a certain amount of leeway or freedom in our imagination, but take note, a certain amount or a limited amount of freedom. Okay, again, because yun nga, the imagination is limited by our sources. Okay? So, hindi tayo pwedeng agad-agad mag-i-imagine ng kung ano-ano. So, it should always be based on sources. Okay? So, a historian, to be convincing, must succeed in recreating the past, or at least approximating the past as gleaned from reliable and credible sources. Okay? Kaya, history falls under both the humanities and the social sciences. Okay? Humanities, because, yun nga, the way we present our facts should be in such a way na the past event is brought back to life. Okay? The past event is recreated. Okay? In the minds of our readers or of our audience. Okay? It falls under social sciences because what we present are based on facts and are based on verified and credible data. Okay? Kaya it's not purely humanities, kasi if it's purely humanities, then mauuwi tayo sa literature. wherein we can create mga historical fiction. Ayan, halimbawa, yung mga kwento that was placed on sa setting halimbawa ng World War II or sa setting ng medieval Europe. Okay? But the actual story itself of the characters, halimbawa, may or may not be real. Okay? So we're not purely in the social sciences kasi in the social sciences, di ba, they don't have to be narrative in their presentation. Okay? They can present their data scientifically. Kumbaga, present lang nila, ito yung problem ko, these are my findings, okay, this is my analysis, etc., etc. Sa atin, okay, the problem, okay, the findings, the analysis, dapat nakapaloob yan lahat sa narrative. Okay? So that the past event is brought back to life. Okay? Now, as you read further, so it's actually a good read, pero hindi naman natin anin lahat in terms of the definition of historical methodology. Okay? Pero you will find there, for example, the difference between history and the other social sciences. Kumbaga, history is particular, it's specific. Okay, so we do not look for specific laws, okay, on how things happen or on why things happen. Okay. But sociology, for example, yan, it looks at society as a whole. So it tries to come up with laws kung bakit ganito gumagalaw ang society. Okay, so hindi tayo ganun. We don't look into general things. We're looking at particular aspects, particular events in the society. Okay, so yun nga, we don't try to come up with universal laws kasi yun nga, we're looking at particular events. Okay, yun. Yeah. Also, if you continue to read further sa readings natin, you will read na on yung critic or yung criticism ni Agoncillo regarding history teachers, di ba? Yung mga nagpapamemorize, ayan. Okay? So pag ganun daw yung ginagawa ng teacher, okay, we're not staying true to the purpose of history, which is to bring the past back to life, okay? So hindi ganun. Kasi ang problema, if you memorize dates, names, di ba, na hindi mo naman siya binubuhay, hindi mo siya binibigyan ng significance, then kawawa yung estudyante. Okay, that's not history, that's, yun nga, calendar, that's a chronology. Okay? Okay, so yeah, so using the scientific method, investigating our materials, our sources. So yeah, so we subject our sources sa content and context analysis. Okay? But at the same time, we use methods into the humanist in breathing life into past. So ito yung sa presentation. Okay? So hindi lang tayo straightforward magbibigay lang ng facts or data. Okay? Kailangan we present it in a humanistic manner, in a narrative manner. Okay? So that it will be given life. Alright, so anong ibig nating sabihin when we say historical methodology? So these are the means, the processes, the ways, other similar terms. Okay? That a historian, a researcher of history, or a student of history uses or use to conduct a historical study. So lahat ng involved sa pag-conduct natin ng historical study. Okay? That is what historical methodology means. All involved processes or means or ways a historian uses to conduct historical study. So papasok dyan yung paghahanap mo ng sources, okay, yung pag-examine, yung pag-critic mo, pag-analyze mo ng sources, hanggang sa pag-present mo ng iyong mga findings. Okay, so ayan. So it involves the gathering, the examination, and the presentation of our data. Okay? So basically, yan yung mga elements na nakapaloob sa historical methodology. Basically, because in historical study, 'di ba, that's the method that we follow, 'di ba, in coming up with a historical study. 'Di ba, we gather data, we examine the sources of data, and then we present our data. Okay? Hindi na muna yung sa of course, kasama nandiyan yung pagka-come up mo ng topic or ng title or na. So kasama na yun sa gathering ng data. Alright. Okay, so in terms of gathering, course, nandiyan yung classic. So we go to archives to look for primary source, to read primary sources. Okay, so dyan basically yan talaga yung heart and soul ng historical studies, di ba? The sources that we use. Again, of course, the main the main na pinupuntahan natin for primary sources, of course, are archives. Okay? Unfortunately, of course, in this time, so at the making of this lecture video, so kalagitnaan pa ng COVID pandemic, so limited ang galaw natin in going to various archives. Okay? So, there are other ways of how we can gain primary sources or primary data. Okay. Um, Aside from archives, there are now online databases of or primary documents. Okay. What else? Limited, we can conduct oral history. Okay? But again, limited kasi we still need to observe uh, guidelines that with respect to the pandemic. Okay, so kailangan nag-iingat pa rin tayo if we plan on using oral history. Okay? So yun. Okay, of course, when we acquire our data, so kailangan tinitingnan natin, is it credible? I-establish natin yung reliability and validity ng source. Okay, and then we subject it to analysis. Okay. And lastly, so yun, pagpe-present ng data, again, how do we present our data? We present our data in a narrative manner. Okay. So as to give life to the past event. Okay. And how do we present our data in a narrative manner? So yeah, we are allowed to use our imagination limitedly or may hangganan. Kasi again, even though we will present our data narratively, kailangan the narration, everything, okay, uh, is still based on facts and sources. Okay? All right. So to summarize lang, so again, what do we mean when we say historical methodology? So these are uh, all the means, okay, all the ways, all the process that a historian uses to conduct a historical study. Okay, so lahat. So everything from the gathering of sources to the examination and analysis of data and the presentation of the data. So yeah, all of that is involved in the historical methodology. Okay. Having said that, so we can say na history falls under both the humanities and the social sciences. Under ang history ng social sciences because the data that we present are based on facts, okay? And we use scientific methods and principles of logic in analyzing those facts. Under ang history ng humanities because the way we present our facts or our data, okay, is in a humanistic way, or in a way where we try to bring life to, or in a way where we try to bring life or try to recreate the past event. Okay, with the use of limited or disciplined imagination. All right. Okay. Okay, so thank you for listening. So I hope na may natutunan tayo kahit konti. Okay. So if there are any clarifications, so feel free to contact me. So message me. So ayun. Okay. So yan, stay safe and God bless.